Hi, welcome to today's special webinar. I'm Greg Jameson with Web Stores Limited, and am co-hosting this webinar with a friend of mine, a special guest, Michelle Calloway, who is the founder of Revelio. Now, Revelio is some augmented reality software, and I had the opportunity this last week to actually show off this application at a trade show that I went to. It was really exciting to see people's faces light up when they would see what it would do. I had one guy come back several times going, "Hey, I just need to see this again." It is really an engaging piece of software, and I think that it could be a real game changer for a lot of different industries, but especially for people that are in the retail industry and are trying to find ways to automate certain tasks, such as having a virtual sales assistant out there. So with that, I'm going to actually turn the program over here to Michelle and let her tell you a little bit more about herself and about this really cool software.
Thanks, Greg. Yes, I'm very happy to be here and to share this amazing new innovative experiential marketing technology to you, because my part and my passion is to help small business owners really stand out from the crowd and stop losing money to their competitors and start putting that money in their own pockets. So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my presentation with you so that you can start looking at some of the visual aids that I provided for you to help you understand this technology and what it can really do for you. And we're going to talk to you about all the value that you're going to be able to get out of potentially starting to use this technology even in its infancy. So let's go ahead and share my screen here. All right. Let's see, can you see that?
You are up. Yep.
I am. Okay, great. So again, I mentioned earlier that we are here to help you to learn a little bit about what is really grabbing hold in the marketplace, especially when it comes to retail. So my title is How You Can Attract More Clients and Retain Them for Life. Because it's not just enough to get a customer, you really want to be able to retain them, have them turn into brand ambassadors and go out there and brag the heck out of you and your software, I'm sorry, your service or your product, right? Isn't that what we all want?
Absolutely.
So, absolutely. So I call this experiential marketing. That's what you're going to learn about today is experiential marketing, meaning to provide an experience in your marketing and engaging customers while driving sales. Does that sound like something that you'd like to learn more about? I think so. Most business owners really want to learn how to drive more sales. So what we're dealing with right now in this landscape, the problem that we're all having is that there's so much competition. We're pretty much all in an oversaturated market. I have met very few people who are the only ones selling or providing the service that they provide and nobody else is out there doing it. So most business owners are indeed struggling to be seen in a sea of digital noise or just a sea of competition. So what's happening is, unfortunately, they're losing hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars of potential revenue every year because they don't know what to do to stand out from their competition. So we're going to help you learn about some amazing new ways you can do that without breaking the bank, but make yourself look like an absolute rock star celebrity genius. So we're going to talk about how you can have more impact over potential clients when you first meet them or even engaging them without you being there in person, and how you can have more influence, not just making yourself look like a genius in their eyes. Sure, that's going to happen, but how you can actually influence their buying decisions. That's important. And ultimately, how you can have more income by providing them or providing yourself with more impact and influence. Sound good? All right. So what we are dealing with right now is what they call, and we're in the information age, the demand generation. People are coming to the shopping table already educated on what it is that they want or what they need or what they think they need. And so they're looking amongst that sea of competition for who they want to do business with. They're able to be far more selective than ever in the past because, like I said, they're able to just quickly learn everything about you online, right? But now if they have an opportunity to come into your store in the world of retail, brick and mortar, this is where it's really important to provide such a positive, engaging experience with them that you leave a memorable impression and potentially even get them to be influenced to make the purchase right then and there through the experience you provide. So that's what we're going to talk about, how you can provide a positive, engaging, memorable experience that gets people to want to be your client. Yeah. So let's talk about how you can blow past your competition. Woohoo! You don't want to just be a little bit better. You want to be way better. You want people bragging about you. You want, if you're at a trade show and your competitor is like 3 booths down, you want people swarming at your booth and then going to your competitor's booth saying, well, they do this. What do you got?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that's what we want. So let's talk about how we can have more impact. Did you see that lady's face right there? How excited and surprised she is and how everybody's smiling? That's the emotion that we want to evoke when we are introducing our product or services or ourselves, our brand, to potential clients. One of the ways we're going to do that is through this new innovative technology that overlays virtual content on top of real world objects or images. Have you ever heard of a game called Pokemon Go? Maybe you didn't really understand what it was, but you heard about it and you just heard everybody was raving about it. In 2016, it was a smashing success, and it was the first game that was ever so popular that introduced a technology called augmented reality. So what augmented reality does is it overlays that virtual content, like I said, on top of real world objects or images. And you have to see this virtual content through an augmented reality lens. In that first scene, you saw how they were using a smartphone to see virtual content that wasn't really there, but it looks like it's there. And in this scene, you're seeing how a lady is wearing special augmented reality glasses so that she's actually seeing that virtual screen that she's tapping on right there. Augmented reality is super cool. It's cousin to virtual reality. But I don't want you to shut off your brain right now if you're not a technologically savvy person, because really what we're going to show you is something that everybody can do, no matter what your level of technical expertise. We're here to help you tap your toe into the water in this space because it's really grabbing hold and it's taking people's experiences to the next level and really increasing sales. Okay? So don't shut off yet. Here we go. Augmented reality. We're going to keep it simple, super duper simple. I'm just going to show you some examples. There's a company called IKEA. You may have seen those big blue stores with the big yellow sign. And what they've done is they've grabbed hold of this technology so that they can provide people with an opportunity to see what a product would look like in their own living space. So this is what we call an in-home visualization. They're able to see a couch or a table or a chair, and they're able to see it in a 3D form through a smartphone, something that pretty much everybody has. And then they're able to change the color of that particular product so that they can see if it would look better if it were in red or if it were in chrome or whatever. And they can place it in their room to make it look as if it's there, but it's not really there. It's virtual content that appears as though it's there. Pretty cool, huh? There's another way that we can, in stores, in retail stores, you can provide an augmented reality experience by allowing people to do what we call in-store visualization. So this girl here, she's standing in front of a big, like, augmented reality viewer. The viewer is recognizing her body shape and it's overlaying that dress on top of her body shape. You may or may not have seen these things called AR filters in Facebook or Snapchat, where it recognizes your face and it'll automatically like put like little puppy dog ears, and when you open your mouth, your little puppy dog tongue will come out. That's all using augmented reality. It's image recognition, and it's taking it to the next level by providing with fun, engaging, interactive content. This is a really useful example of how a retail store can take it to the next level by providing an engaging shopping experience without you having to go through the hassle and the effort of trying on the clothes in the real dressing room. You can just do it right there in front of that screen. Pretty cool. Now, Lego also jumped on the bandwagon here and realized, well, hey, if this augmented reality technology can work, in retail in those ways, well, let's take it to the next level and make it so that the products on the shelf can be engaging to consumers without anybody having to be there in person to, talk to them about the product. So you can see in this example, in that yellow window over there, there's an augmented reality lens that is showing the potential buyer what the product is going to look like when it's completed. They even animate the little Lego characters to like walk around on top of the box, around that. In this, it's the Millennium Falcon for you Star Wars fans. But it's a really fun way to engage people and to provide them with more information. So we call this interactive packaging. And any packaging can be made to basically come alive with virtual content. So think big here. If you have a product that sits on a shelf and you want people to be able to engage that, we can make either the label on the product itself come alive or the label on the shelf come alive, and you can come on there and you can talk to them about the product or the service, or make it, there's so many different ways you can engage your potential clients to purchase because of this new technology. It's an experience. You want to provide an experience that is memorable, educational, and of value to them. So here's a, hey, look, Greg, it's you.
There we go.
Hey, Greg.
I recognize that guy.
So Greg saw the potential of this technology, as he mentioned, about having a virtual sales assistant. So he went to a trade show, and he's going to leave this banner up at this trade show all year round. And he's basically saying, hey, watch this banner come alive. And he gets to come on there and talk to people about the services that he could provide for them without him necessarily having to be there. Now, is that valuable?
Yeah.
Perhaps. I think it's valuable for Greg. Greg, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, and in fact, I was thinking, I'm working with a group of stores up in a mountain town that have decided that they all actually kind of want to work together and promote each other's stores. They don't compete with each other. One might be a coffee shop, one might be a photographer, one might be a bookstore, whatever. And what I was suggesting to them is that they do something similar to this, where they have a banner up there, maybe with each of their, a picture of each of their stores on there, saying, hey, go over here and visit the bookstore, and somebody could pull up the application and get a short message about the bookstore before they decide to walk across town or whatever to see what the bookstore actually has to offer. And it would be a really cool way on a single banner to have a half a dozen or a dozen different stores all cross-promoting each other by someone just being able to move their phone from one section of the banner to another and say, hey, here's what this particular store has to offer. Yes. Or, as I did here, obviously, I'm not currently at this trade show. The trade show takes place at the Dallas Merchandise Mart, and the showroom is open all year round. I only go there 4 times a year, so the times that I'm not there, somebody can be walking by my exhibit and find out what I do anyway.
Yes, exactly. That's the beauty of it. And on top of that, there's some call to action buttons that appear while they're experiencing the augmented reality, so that they can, go make that purchase instantly. So we're going to talk about that in a minute, but this is a great way, what we call interactive promotions. And it can be a trade show banner. It can be a poster. It could be an event invitation that you send to somebody in the mail, so that you can literally come alive in their office or in their living room if they're opening their mail at home. This is just such a wonderful interactive experience that really evokes all kinds of emotion in people. And it's a great warm way to connect with them and build that relationship and to start that conversation, right? Interactive promotion. So these are ways that you can utilize augmented reality, whether you provide a product or a service, you have a brick and mortar store, or you're more or less just online. If you're going out and about networking, or if you are at a trade show and you want people to engage your brand, make it a game. We'll talk a little bit more about gamification use with augmented reality. So I did a little bit of homework here as far as on retail specifically, and they have done some studies that say, I think they studied about 1,600 people across the United States, specifically customers who shop retail. And these are some statistics. They said that 40% would be willing to pay more for a product if they could experience it through augmented reality. This was 2016 data. So this technology has been around for a while. It's still fairly new, but it's becoming even more accepted now because people have seen it, enough. Apple, Google, Facebook, all of those big players are now using augmented reality in different ways, shapes, and forms. Like I mentioned, Facebook's using it with their, they're using the augmented reality filters to make it a fun, interactive experience with people and their selfies and videos or whatever. So 61% of shoppers prefer to shop at stores that offer augmented reality over other ones that don't. So again, there's an opportunity right now, because augmented reality is still fairly new, for you to tap your toe in the water and start engaging customers with this amazing technology so that you can, blow past your competition. You don't want to let your competition grab hold of this first, right? You want to be the first ones out there saying, hey guys, I'm sizzling hot right now. Look at what I'm able to do, and get people to go, wow. So, and 71% of shoppers said they would shop at a retailer more often if they offered augmented reality. So those are some really great statistics. Over here on the right, you can see that it is augmented reality itself, the technology is predicted to generate about 120 billion in revenue by 2020. And that continues to shift a little bit every year that I've seen. It's augmented reality is going to be way bigger than they ever expected virtual reality to be, because of the fact that we do not have to be removed from our physical world environment by putting on the virtual reality lenses that shut off reality, so we can't see what's happening in our reality around us while we're in the virtual world. Augmented reality lets you remain in your real world environment while seeing helpful virtual content. All right, next. So let me share a little bit about who I am and why I am the one talking to you about this technology today. So my name is Michelle Calloway, and I am the CEO and founder of Revealio, and we're going to show you more about Revealio in a little while. But it's an augmented reality video marketing tool that we've created for business owners to be able to grab hold and run hard with without breaking the bank. I'm a visual communications and digital media expert, and I started studying and developing with augmented reality in 2012, and here we are. I'm just continually, gaining ground and continuing to advance the technology. And I'm also a speaker. If you have a corporation in mind and you think that they would like to hear about this innovative experiential marketing, I can definitely get on stage and share the value of engaging people through this amazing technology. And I'm also an international best-selling author now, getting ready to launch my 4th book. Very excited about that. So the inspiration for Revealio being the simple use case of augmented reality was when a young girlfriend of mine saw that I was able to make images and objects come alive all around me, and she said that she wanted to ask me to help her create a greeting card that she can send to her deployed boyfriend. He was overseas in the military and she missed him like crazy. So she said, can I create a card that he can hear me and see me anytime he wants? I just got so excited about that. I got chills all over my body. And, because I had recently lost my husband to a tragic illness, and I know how important relationships are. So I said, yes, of course, absolutely. So we went to work, and this is what he received in the mail. I don't think you're going to be able to hear it, but she's saying, hi, Josh, it's Gabby. Did you see how the card is actually coming alive with her talking directly to him? He said it rocked him to his core.
I'm
so
sure
much so, he said it actually caused him to fold the card up. Sorry, hold on. Stop. Okay. He folded the card up, put it in his wallet, and he carried it on his person every single day while serving abroad because he felt that she was literally right there with him. Powerful. When I did not even have a clue how powerfully connective this technology was. I knew it was super cool, but I never really got it, how connective it can be from human to human, like enhancing those human relationships. And customers are our We want relationship with customers. So that's why I ended up building Revealio the way I did. And I'm going to show you a simple use case of Revealio by making a business card coming alive and allowing you to connect with potential customers by simply making your business card come alive. Here we go. You see how the camera recognizes the image and then it overlays video right on top of the card, and then that video tracks with that card. As the card moves, so does the video. It's spectacular. When you demonstrate this technology to somebody and introduce yourself by saying, oh, let me show you what I can do, they flip out. They get so excited. And then those call to action buttons that appear on the mobile screen over there on the right, you can program those to be to take people to that next step. That's really powerful too. So that is why I built Revealio. I built Revealio because I knew that it was connective. I built Revealio so it would be simple. We're focusing more or less on video content because that's the kind of content that everybody can create. And if you don't want to create your own video, we can easily create it for you, again, without breaking the bank. Excuse me. So that is Revealio, and it means to reveal something magically, and it evokes all kinds of emotion, and it's amazing. Inc. magazine did a featured article on us because they saw that there was a lot of really great things happening in the realm of AR, like a lot of new content's getting created and whatnot, but they couldn't. They were just really searching for something that was useful. And they loved what Revealio is doing because they say organic conversions are something that evokes an emotion and it gets people captivated. And here she says here in the article, the thing about grabbing people's interest in this way is that it's organic and it's a conversation piece. That alone is very valuable. High rate conversion happens when people are captivated, and she's correct. And we're going to talk about how you can take somebody through the entire buyer's journey in less than 60 seconds. Because augmented reality video marketing taps into all 4 of the dominant learning styles. So if you think about it, you know, you're holding something which deals with the kinesthetic part of the learning styles, right? You're holding a business card or a rack card or a postcard or a poster, or maybe you're not holding a poster, but you see that it's a physical object. And then when it comes alive through the augmented reality, you're able to see virtual content, and you're able to hear usually what the person is saying through that interactive experience. And then if there's captions on the screen, you're also able to read what they're saying. So it taps into all 4 dominant learning styles. So essentially what that means is that if you use augmented reality as a marketing tool, it will resonate with 95% of all people. Wow. That's really high. I don't know if there's ever been anything so engaging before. So let's talk about how you can have more influence. And remember we said earlier, we're not just talking about influence like, yeah, you want to be looked upon as a celebrity genius, but you want to have the kind of influence that makes people say, oh yeah, I want that and I want to buy it right now, right? So what I suggest is that you show people who you are, or show people that you have this technology by demonstrating it to them. Do not just simply hand them something and say, oh, if you download this free app and, you know, hold it over that, I'll come alive and talk to you on that. No, you really do need to show them because it's so new, this technology, that if you want to have the most impact and influence, you need to be demonstrating it because they won't understand it unless they see it. Right, Greg?
Yeah, I found that was absolutely the case last week at that trade show. And I think that that's true. When I've shown it to people, they get excited. If you just hand them a card, who knows if they'll ever even download the app. You show them.
Or you try and explain to them what's going to happen, and then all they're going to have to pull off of in their mind is things that they've seen in the past. The chances are that they've never seen anything like this before. So the reactions that you get are like, holy cow, look at this lady's expression. She's just like, who are you? She's looking at me saying, wow, I am so impressed right now. I mean, don't we all want people to react to us that way, right? We want them to be impressed with who we are and then impressed with our product or service. So yes, you can gain instant celebrity status, which is very influential when you are out and they're trying to stand out and be different from your competitor. So yeah, we talked about how you can take somebody through the entire buyer's journey in less than 60 seconds, because this indeed taps into all 4 dominant learning styles. I'm going to show you a video right now, and I want you to pay attention to the man's eyes. He goes from being introduced to the product phase to quickly making a split-second decision into the buying phase. He went from, oh, I like that, to, oh, I want that. And I want you to watch his eyes. This is how fast this can happen when you're out there using this technology. I can get it to play here. You see that? He went from, I like that a lot. Let me see one more time. I don't know what that noise was. But anyway, did you see that in his eyes, Greg?
Yeah.
Isn't that, I love it when people go from that. They go instantly from, oh, wow, to, oh, I want. And that can happen for you using this technology. So how can you have more income? Well, Inc. magazine talked about it, you know, like great things happen when people are captivated. And what Revelio does is it provides you a way to capture that energy, capture that excitement, and get people to take that next step instantaneously. Don't wait for them to have to go to your website. Don't wait for them to have to, you know, follow up with them or whatever. You can engage them right then and there. They can either go straight to your website, they can go straight to a buy now page through these call to action buttons. What I recommend doing is using the claim gift button. That's my absolute favorite. And the reason being is that in order for us to get people to go through the effort to download the free app, which Revelio is a free app, they need to be incentivized, right? You don't want to just think that they're gonna download it because it was cool. 40% do, but if you actually give them something of value, say, hey, look, I'm going to show you something. It's really cool. It's really unique. But on top of that, there's a big time gift for you at the end. People get all excited about gifts. I mean, think about it. Christmas, right? Everybody gets excited about gifts. So with Revelio's technology, you can literally convert anything that you use to promote yourself, your brand, or your product or service. You can make it a gift card. Isn't that cool? And it doesn't have to be like something of huge monetary value that costs your company money. It could be something just of quality value to them. Perhaps it's something super important as far as something that would benefit them. Maybe you're a mortgage company and you could share with them a free guide to like learning what is really important when it comes to setting up a mortgage. I mean, there's all kinds of ways, right? You provide them a PDF document, provide them an ebook. You can provide them an opportunity to enter to win a 3-day vacation somewhere really awesome. I mean, just get creative with it. You can use that claim gift tool. That's my favorite. And we also have Facebook and Twitter share, so that if they tap on that Facebook button, what they're sharing on their wall is your actual printed card or business banner or whatever it is that you've made come alive gets shared on their wall. So the viral shareability of this technology is also way up there, and they can brag about the fact that it just came alive. And anybody that sees that on their Facebook page can also view it through their computer monitor with their smartphone and to witness it. It's pretty cool. Lots of really strong power here with the call to action buttons. And ask yourself, are your competitors doing this? If not, you have an opportunity to be first to market with this. Like I said, 40% of the people that see it get so excited and they download the app immediately. Those are the hot ones. You really want to try and engage those right away. Get them to take those next steps and take those call to action buttons. But for the other 60%, again, if you incentivize them through a gift of value to them, the chances are pretty high that you're going to be able to get them engaged. When I speak on stage, I almost always make it a fun game, like a treasure hunt. The more fun you can make it for people, the more engaging it'll be. So I play a treasure hunt game, and I've had rooms where up to 70% of the entire room converts through a 2-step verification process. That's really high, only because it was a game. They didn't even know what they were claiming. They didn't even know what they were winning. They were just so excited to play. 70% of the room converted through a 2-step verification process. That's mind-blowing. conversions. So the process is pretty easy. What we do, Revelio does, is asks you or your customers to send in your artwork. It could be a book cover, a business card, a banner, whatever it is that you want to make come alive. You send us that digital artwork. If you don't have the digital artwork, we just ask for some sort of a quality scan of that artwork so that we can have the colors match up as close as possible to the real product. And then send us whatever video you would like to come alive through the augmented reality experience. But if you don't have a video and you need help creating a video, we can take care of that for you as well. So it's really meant to be super simple. And then the next part of the process, when you're in there creating when you're in there placing your order, is that you select which call to action buttons you want to appear on your mobile phone. It's really meant to be so simple. We do all the rest. We make the magic happen. You do not need to be technologically savvy in order for this to work for you. And we really are a full service solution. So we're one of the only ones out there offering all of this for you, and especially at an affordable rate. So hope you think strongly about doing this, because it's really captivating. And once it's created, it's super easy to use, right, Greg?
It is.
It's so easy. So here's the process. You download the free Revelio AR marketing app, and this is what the icon looks like. It's that purple purple square with the R with the little star, and the swoosh is on the side. There is two Revelio apps in the store. One is a greeting card app. So we want to focus on the marketing app. That's what we're utilizing for business. And then the next step is, once you have the app downloaded, you launch it, and then you click on View a Revelio. And then the next step is just as simple as fitting that image. If it's a banner, you fit the entire banner in there. If it's a business card, you fit the entire business card within the frame of the phone, and then it'll come alive. Voila. Pretty exciting. And then those call to action buttons appear also on the mobile screen. So it's just that easy. I have 90-year-olds walking around demonstrating how their book comes alive. You know, it's so simple, right, Greg? It's really so simple.
And if you can do things like your book, like you said, that is one of the things that I think is really powerful. If you have a book or anything, well, your business card there too, anything that's mobile as opposed to like the banner that I was using, if people can carry that with you. I actually printed some cards up so that people could take them with them after they saw this at the trade show. They were like, hey, I want to show this to all my friends. So I printed up some cards that looked just like the banner so that they could take it with them and show it off.
I've had authors convert their business card into a mini version of their book cover. So, I mean, there's so many different ways that you can engage. Really, really great promotional tool. So I have had people ask me, well, isn't this just like a QR code? Don't QR codes do this exact same thing? And the answer is no. Augmented reality is far more impactful and robust. But let's just talk about that. QR codes, they just don't appeal to most people. And the reason being is that they're computer-generated sequence of dots and whatnot, and people don't get excited about that. And QR codes usually point to a URL. So they perform like a single behavior for the most part. And QR codes do not let users interact with the content within the app. So Revelio, or augmented reality as a technology, is very interactive. You can actually interact with the content. I've seen baseball cards come alive with like a 3D rendering of the pitcher for that baseball team, or maybe the guy on the card, and you can actually play a game where you're tapping on the phone and he pitches the ball and you're trying to hit targets that are it's like incredible. It's interactive. Augmented reality is a growing industry. We'll talk about Tim Cook's CEO of Apple is proclaiming that it's going to be as influential as smartphones. Pretty big deal. My warning to you is that Revelio is not for everybody. It's only really for those who really want to get noticed. So that's my warning to you. If you don't want to get noticed, then you should not be using this technology, okay? That's my warning. I've said it. It's not like you weren't warned. Right, Greg? I mean, didn't people get excited when you were showing?
People do get excited. And your example there of the baseball cards just a second ago, I actually had somebody this morning where I was showing them the app, and that was their reaction, was actually for football players. They were like, somebody could just take an image of like a quarterback or whatever, and then have that quarterback start talking with the person and promoting the upcoming game or whatever. And so, yeah, you can, lots of different uses.
Lots of different uses. We're just trying to make it make sense for you, the business owner, so that you can understand that this isn't just a really cool thing. This is actually something you can start using now to get people to come into your store and to get people to buy, right? Buy and become brand ambassadors by being raving fans, lunatic fans that are so excited to talk about what you're doing that they bring their friends back in just to experience it again. That's awesome. All right, so I mentioned earlier, Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, is proclaiming that augmented reality is going to be as influential to our society as the smartphones. And I just want you to stop and think about that for just 1 second. Do you remember a time when you didn't think you needed a smartphone?
No, I always needed it, even before it existed.
Some people thought, I don't need one of those, I'm good. But now look at every single human being pretty much has a smartphone. Yeah. Even toddlers have smartphones. It's crazy.
And I started out myself with one of those great big bag phones the size of a briefcase and was carrying it around. So I was an early adopter to cell phones. I'm definitely adopting this, and I really recommend that everybody else that it has anything where they are promoting and selling something, which is most of the world, that you take a serious look at how this can impact your business.
Yeah, because it's going to be commonplace here in maybe just a matter of 2, 3, 5 years. We are going to expect to start seeing virtual content everywhere we go. And I'm just, again, my heart and my passion is for small business, because I myself was a small business owner when I owned my own graphic design agency. I see it being a highly connective tool between human beings so that we can build more quickly, build more connection with one another, so that we can be that person that people feel safe to work with. We can be that person that impresses them enough to say, okay, yeah, I really like these guys over here. I'm going to go work with them. I don't care if they're not the cheapest. I want to work with them because they blew my socks off. So grab hold, guys. This is amazing. And it's not just going to come and go. This is now considered a core technology. So expect to see more of it. So here's what you'll get if you decide to work with Revealio. And again, we want to make it easy for you to understand. We don't expect you to have all the answers. This is new, so we're willing to sit with you and talk about how you could potentially use it for your business. So you get a free 30-minute consultation with us. You also get 1 hour of our design assistance. You can have more of us if you need to, but that's what you get when you purchase the subscription. We also will do all the work for you. You just submit your elements to us, and then we make the magic happen, okay? Really super simple. You also get access to the most powerful marketing tool there is, Revealio. Makes things come alive. And there's where it gets really, really fun. After we've created your first initial revealed connection, you get to have full control over your content, your virtual content, that is, your video and your call to action buttons. You also get to see how often your reveals are being viewed. So if you're handing people a business card that comes alive, you can see how often that business card is being viewed over the course of a month to month. You can see how often it's being viewed. You also can swap out your video as often as you want, so you can turn your business card into an active marketing campaign for you. No matter what, you can go in, and so maybe you're running a 1-month campaign special. You can swap out the video and then send an email blast to all your people saying, hey guys, check out my new marketing, or sorry, a new coupon or whatever. You can do all kinds of things with these videos to keep your campaigns relevant and fresh. And then you can also edit your call to action buttons that drive people to make those conversions through the augmented reality experience to straight to your shopping cart or straight to claim something. So there's a lot of power here with Revealio. So let's talk about what is the value of all this. We spoke, a lot about impact and influence, but what is the value on it? So what's the value of getting to become an instant celebrity? I consider that invaluable because we are all looking to stand out and be different. And you want people to look at you as if you are the one, right? Instant celebrity status is invaluable. Well, what is top of mind awareness worth? Again, think about this. If you demonstrate who you are through this capacity and somebody is so lit up about you, even if they may not have been ready to make a purchase for whatever reason, there's lots of different reasons people aren't ready to buy right on the spot, but they will never forget you. And if they run across somebody else who needs a service that you offer, they are going to be the first ones to brag about you. And I've even had people tell me that they will never throw my card away because they're so completely amazed. They remember what it felt like when they saw it for the first time. And they actually say they go back multiple times throughout the year and see if I've changed my video or not. So top of mind awareness is invaluable as well. But what is the value of being able to influence people's buying decisions? Getting them to go from, oh, that's really cool, oh, I really like that, to, oh, okay, where do I sign up? What is that worth to you? I think that is absolutely priceless. So would these things make a difference for your business? And what would that be worth to you if these things could do that indeed for your business? What would that be worth to you? Well, you get all of this for basically $1.80 a day through Revelio, less than a cup of black coffee at your corner bistro. So let's talk about that. So for a limited time offer, Greg and I are working together to offer you an amazing deal. For the first 100 people to order, you will receive $500 off of our normal retail price of $997 for 12 months. We're offering this discount only because we need to fill some initial production capabilities, but we are a young company and we are growing fast. And pricing will indeed go back to normal on our second rollout. So this is a limited time offer. We offer this pricing in 2 subscription models. You can either go for the monthly and have it be a little bit less upfront. You pay $100 for your first month and then $47 every month after that. Or you can just pay up front for the whole first year for $497, which is $500 off of that $997. But then to renew it, it's only half of that. So again, pricing is limited to the first 100 orders. These, we're trying to keep it affordable and accessible for you. There's really very little risk. And on top of that, we're going to give you some extra bonuses where you can join a bi-weekly Zoom call so you can learn more ongoing concepts, techniques, and ways you can be out there demonstrating this technology to draw people in, to get people more engaged with you. And you also will get to join a Facebook community of Revelio users and partners and learn from them and share what wins and share what's working, what's not working. And we can build each other up and encourage each other to continue to show up as celebrities in your industry and blowing people's minds. So those are our bonuses for you. Sound good? Again, we really don't want you to not take advantage of this. So no risk. There's literally no risk. Once you make your purchase of your subscription, you have 30 days to test it. And if you go out there and you do not experience people just really excited about who you are and what you're offering, or you don't get any positive feedback whatsoever, then we will give you your money back. Absolutely, within the first 30 days of purchase. So we're taking all risk off the table. We really want you to grab hold and engage this because it is a differentiator. It is the one thing that's going to set you apart. It is, I promise, going to get you noticed. Cool? All right, so here's where you can go to get this offer. You go to webstoresltd.com/Revelio, and you can make that purchase straight through Greg's website. And if you have any questions that Greg cannot answer, please write to info@revelio.com. But I just want to thank you for letting me share this with you. And Greg, let's go ahead and ask any questions that people have asked along the way.
Perfect. Thanks, Michelle. And I just want to reiterate what Michelle said there, that you really need to take advantage of this. Anybody that's on this webinar, if you're watching the replay, be one of the first 100 people there to get in on this. You are not going to be disappointed. Did have a couple of questions, both from the trade show last week and from some things that people have brought to my attention as you were going through the presentation here. One is, I actually had a gentleman that sells chocolates, and he actually has 6 different boxes that he packages his chocolates in. And he kind of had 2 questions, I guess. One is, does he need to have a separate reveal for each of his box of chocolates if that's what he wants to be promoting? He wants to have, box 1 here have one reveal video, and box 2 have a different reveal video, and so forth.
Yes, the image, each image. So like if I have my business card, that's one image connected to one video. So it plays a separate video. Then this side of my business card, which this image triggers a completely separate video. So each time you have an image, it's going to connect to a specific video and also a specific set of call to action buttons. So if he has 6 different packages of chocolates and he wants each one of them to come alive with a different video, then those are each individual orders. However, if he wants to do multiple orders with us, we do offer bulk discounts. And so I would just ask you, send them directly to me and we'll work with him individually, because the pricing that I showed you in this webinar are more or less for one-offs.
Okay. Could you maybe go ahead and unshare the screen?
Sure.
And we'll get to see our smiling faces here as we answer some questions. The second part of his question was, it looks like the reveal videos are set to be less than a minute long. And what he wants to do is actually put together a video of how people should actually be tasting chocolates. And that's going to actually, believe it or not, he says it's going to take longer than 60 seconds to do that because of the process that you should be going through when you're tasting a craft chocolate. What do you recommend if somebody wants to do a video longer than 60 seconds? And I can give you my input too. But
yeah, well, my main explanation of why we tend to keep them short is because this is meant to be like the teaser. If you would like somebody to go to learn a little bit more, that's usually where it goes beyond the 45 to 60 seconds. Experience in marketing statistics prove that people's attention spans are very short. Another reason is the video has to stream over the internet. This is cloud-based. It pulls the data down from the cloud so that we can offer this tool to people without them having to have all of the video content built into the app. Therefore, the app would be a huge file to download, and most people wouldn't want to put that on their hardware, their phone, right? So what we've done is we've made it so that the data gets pulled down from the cloud. Well, if you have a really super huge video file that you're going to play, and it takes 10 minutes to load through the buffering system, then you've lost a customer already. They're not going to sit through that. So we have to keep the files small enough that we can, allow people to engage the content quickly. And the shorter the video, so we got the attention span that we're dealing with, and we've got the bandwidth issue that we're dealing with. So those are my reasons why we keep the videos 60 seconds or less.
Yeah, and what my recommendation is that if you have this and you want to do like a demonstration type of video based upon your product, that you go ahead and you build a 30 to 60 second video, and one of the call to action buttons over on the side is to go to a website. You can tell people then, click on the button over here on the side that says www, and we're going to give you the rest of the information. They click on that and you can go to an autoplay video.
Yeah, because there will be those people who, even if you just tease them saying, did you know that you can do blah, blah, blah with this pellet, or this chocolate can do blah, 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 and did you know? And you can engage them through that first initial Revealio experience video. They're going to be like, heck, I want to know more. This is awesome. This is awesome. So they're going to engage.
Yeah.
But if you make it too long, too much, too whatever, too much too soon, right? You know, you want to.
And one of the things that, as marketers, that I think is really important is that we actually want to not just get people excited, which this does, but we want to get their information so that we can continue to follow up with them. So maybe what you do is you send them off to a web page and they enter in their email address. And as soon as they enter in their email address, now they can see the rest of the video and you've captured them so that you can do all kinds of great marketing.
That actually brings me to a very good point too, Greg, is that a lot of business owners are using this technology and they want more data from the people that are engaging with the content. And one of the ways that we can provide that data for you is to provide those call to action buttons so that you're asking them to fill out their email, you know, get their first name, get their email. There's not a whole lot that we can do for you on the user data side without their permission. So engage them in a way that gets them to say, heck yeah, you can have my email. I want to know more about this chocolate or whatever, you know? So that is really a great suggestion.
Yeah, and that actually leads me to thinking of another question here is integrating this with some other up and coming technologies like a chatbot, perhaps, where you send them off when they click on the www thing or they click off on Facebook, that then they start to engage with a chatbot to answer any of their questions. Is there any plans for in the future, and maybe you don't know this yet because who knows where technology is going to take us, but of kind of having interactive video / chat where somebody might say, oh, that was really cool, you know, I'm interested in this chocolate filled with cherry sauce, and then have a video come back and say, I'm glad you asked about the chocolate filled cherries.
No, that's actually incredibly, I love visionaries. I love people who know that there's more to come. And yes, there is much more to come. Revelio right now is designed to be super simplistic. And that's what's allowed us to offer this app for free. And it's also allowed us to offer this app to businesses as a very affordable marketing tool. But we will continue to advance. Like I mentioned earlier, we are a young company and we're looking to advance. What we're wanting to hear from consumers, business owners that are using it, and potential customers of theirs that ask questions, is we're building up a list right now of wants. And some of these wants are going to be easier to get incorporated and are faster to implement. And then there are others that are going to maybe have to be shelved a little bit until we get a lot more resources, or we are also able to now start offering white label app solutions for companies who want a lot more robust interactive experiences within their content, that we can as a main Revelio, so that, you know, the functionality for the app has to pretty much remain the same for all the users of Revelio. But if a company wants to add custom stuff, we can build a white label app for them and add those custom experiences within their app for them. So there's a lot that can be done. So I always say it's infinite possibilities. So just stay, you know, if you would like to chat with us, if you're watching this webinar and you'd like to learn more about what is possible, or what would you like to have in an app, perhaps you are a company that wants to build your own app so that people don't have to download Revelio to watch your content, you want to make your own app come alive, we can do that for you as well. So there's infinite possibilities here.
Awesome. Another question that had come up, and I'm glad you actually addressed this in the presentation, is how this differs than QR codes. And yeah, I think that the whole dynamic aspect of it, yeah, anybody can have a QR code and scan it and take you to a website, but you don't get that wow factor at all. So
it doesn't, yeah, I mean, there are people who use QR codes, and sure, they are useful. I'm not going to knock that. They are useful. Back when they first came out, people thought they were like the end all. I've seen businesses where they printed a QR code on the top of their building thinking that people in a plane would want to. I've actually seen people have a QR code. So my point is that when somebody like, you know, Apple, Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, is saying that this is going to be as influential to our society as the smartphones, Nobody ever said that about QR codes. Augmented reality is going to be far more interactive and robust. QR codes, they're probably going to just fizzle out. I mean, augmented reality is going to be everything moving forward. And I'm not just saying this because I think it's cool. I mean, Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, they're one of the leading technology organizations in our culture around the world. He's saying that. So don't take my word for it. Listen to the experts.
Yeah, and there's going to be lots of different types of augmented reality coming out. I'm sure people have actually experienced it already. If you have like the Yelp app where you can move your camera around and it tells you which restaurants are nearby and what the reviews are on those restaurants, that's an augmented reality app. There's going to be things, I think, with facial recognition tied into it where somebody walks by a display in a store and all of a sudden it's not unlike the Tom Cruise movie from years ago where it's like, hey, Michelle, how would you like to try this new product?
And where we're going with smart glass and artificial intelligence, there's just so much is going to happen here within the next decade that's going to be just like, whoa. So again, the reason why I built Revealia the way I did is so that I could really dumb it down, make it super simple for people to just test the waters at no risk. So that's why I exist. I am really passionate about small business owners, but I'm also, really wanting to work with those people who are looking to be different and stand out. This is not for everybody. Straight up, this is not for everybody, but it's only for those who really want to get noticed and be recognized and be seen and be remembered and get people to make those quick decisions to start working with them. So
just as a quick wrap up here, take advantage of Michelle's offer. You saw that I'm on board with it. I'm doing the banner at my trade show booth. I truly believe in this. You can get it for the ridiculously low price that Michelle has offered here today by going to webstoresLimited.com/Revealio. And
for the first 100 people, that's it.
Yep, for the first 100. So make sure you're one of them. Do it. That's all I can tell you.
All right. Well, thanks so much for having me on, Greg. We're going to go ahead and do many wonderful things together, I can tell. So share this with your community. Have your community share it with their community. This is amazing. This is definitely where it's at. This technology is not coming. It's actually here. Grab hold, guys. This is your lifeline. Stand out and be different.
Great. Thanks, Michelle.
Bye-bye.